What's going on, y'all? This is your boy Caleb coming to you with another video, man. And I want to talk about the Great Balls of Fire ambulance match from last night between Roman Reigns and Braun Strowman. For those of you that have watched it, you already know Strowman actually won the match. It was a hellacious, brutal, physical match. Both guys taking real hard bumps, and Reigns actually sent Strowman through the LED board, on the top of the stage. Strowman again flung Reigns into the ambulance. And Reigns, if you see my reaction video last night, you seen somewhat of what happened. You heard me predict one part of the finish, but now the other. If you didn't see my reaction video, I thought Reigns was gonna spear Strowman through the spear Strowman in the ambulance and then come out and close the doors. But it was actually, but he went for the spear, and then Strowman moved out of the way, and then Reigns went flying into the ambulance, and then Strowman closed the doors for the victory. I mean, now what came next? Nobody really expected, to be honest. Nobody really expected what happened. What would happen next? Obviously, Strowman is celebrating the victory after they said Reigns goes for the spears. He goes flying into the ambulance, and then Strowman closes the doors. The ref calls for the bell, and all that. You didn't see the ambulance move, so. Strowman's celebrating his victory, but the ambulance is still there, and the door's open, and then Reigns comes out, and then Strowman turns around, and Reigns jumps off the ambulance. He spears him as he's coming out the ambulance doors, and Reigns puts Strowman in the ambulance, and then he takes off. He takes off to the backstage area. I don't know if I explained that right. Reigns took the wheel. He threw Strowman in the back after he speared him. And then he pulled the driver of the ambulance out, and he drove the ambulance backstage. And then he had a moment. There was a moment where he was sitting in the car. The camera was. They had a camera shot on him, had a couple camera shots on him as he sat there for about maybe 30 seconds to a minute or so. That typical, damn it, I've had enough of this shit. That look, and then he proceeds to do. I guess you can call it unthinkable, because he really wasn't. I didn't think about that. I didn't think about that at all. He proceeds to he puts the ambulance in reverse, and he drives the back of the ambulance into one of their semi trucks, and the back of it bends all, and the back of the ambulance is bent all up with Strowman inside. Now Reigns gets out of the ambulance. He's all hurt, and he limps off. And then here comes Kurt Angle with his hands on, like, what did you just do? He's like, you just tried to kill. Maybe he just had that look on his face, like, what the hell did you just do? And then WWE officials, Jamie Noble and them, they tried to do their best to get Strowman out of the ambulance, but they had to call the Dallas PD to get Strowman out of the back of the ambulance ambulance. I don't know how I can't say nothing for some reason. They had to get him out of the back of the ambulance. And Strowman's all bloodied up. He can barely stand. He's pushing the firefighters and the paramedics away. They're trying to help him, but he's pushing them away. Like, nah, get off me and all that. As I really thought that Strowman was gonna get up and he raised himself like, I'm not finished with you. But He kind of stumbled off for a second, and then he tried to get stand up, kept falling down. Then he finally caught his balance off of a semi, grabbed on. I think he grabbed onto like a one of the side mirrors of the trailer. Then he showed the blood and stuff on his face and down his beard, and then he just stumbled off. Telling the paramedic stuff to leave me alone. Now some people are saying. I mean, I read my Twitter last night after the pay-per-view. Some people are saying that this was an executed double turn. Basically, the double turn. Both guys turn the opposite way. Strowman was the heel, Reigns was the face, and people are saying that this was a double turn. This was a Strowman turning face and Reigns turning heel. For about a couple of years, people have been wanting Reigns to turn heel. But I always thought he was a tweener. He wasn't always a tweener. He was a babyface mostly, but last year or so, he's got that edge. He's had that edge to him. Where he seemed like he's a tweener, like a Kevin Owens or AJ Styles. People. Well, I guess those two aren't really good examples because they're heels that are cheered by fans. This Reigns is a face that gets mercifully booed by fans. Basically, like I said, John Cena 2.0. But they're saying a lot of people saying that this was like a double heel turn. This can be double turn, like a Reigns heel turn and a Strowman face turn, kind of like I forget the actual pay-per-view. I think it was WrestleMania 13, but I forget what the actual year of it was. But basically the most infamous double turn was the Bret Hart and Stone Cold double turn, where Hart turned heel and Stone Cold turned face. I forgot, was it a submission match? I don't know what it was. I forgot what type of match it was, but I know the Bret Hart Stone Cold rivalry. Hart said he was gonna make a Stone Cold tap. Stone Cold never tapped. He basically passed out. Blood all. He was face down on the mat in his own blood, and he never passed out. And kind of like Strowman did, they had to help Stone Cold backstage, and he kind of shrugged the guys off, and he walked off as well. That kind of set the precedent for the face Stone Cold Steve Austin era, and then Bret Hart turned heel and all that. So they're basing that moment last night off of that. I don't really see it that way. I mean, because you've seen that side out of Reigns before against the heel. Remember, I'm bad with pay-per-views. I think it was SummerSlam. Last year when the U.S. title match against Rusev. I think Rusev attacked Reigns before the match even started, and then, they brawled, and then Reigns got the better of Rusev, and then Reigns was pulled back to the locker room, and Rusev couldn't continue because he messed up his ribs, and then Reigns comes out as they're trying to take Rusev backstage, and Reigns comes out and just gives him a Hellation spear, And then who could forget was it? I know it was TLC. Was it 2015? TLC 2015. Who could forget what he did to Triple H? That night after the League of Nations screwed him out of the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Who could forget that? That was probably the best, the most heelish beat down that I've ever seen out of a baby face. You know, John Cena never beat a guy down they had Reigns beat down Triple H that night. That was something else. That's what I'm saying. You've seen that side out of Roman before, so how? So people are saying Roman has officially turned heel or unexpectedly turned heel. Like, how do you? I don't see that. You know, I don't see that. I mean, usually it's the promo, or it's that underlying there. I guess it's because Strowman wasn't the face. I guess that's why. I guess that's why. You know, why I don't see this. I mean, it would be different if it was it would be different to me if it was like a Seth Rollins or Finn Balor that he did that too. But he did Strowman, you know, the history with the battles and the beat downs that Strowman has given Reigns. You know, he almost tried to basically kill Strowman, you know, but still, I don't see this as a double turn like people are saying. But I do see why people would think that, but I just don't think that's the way it is. I mean, but you know, we'll see what's going on with Raw tonight. But you know, that's when I said at the end of my prediction video as well, I'm left with more questions about SummerSlam than answers. Reason why, you know, you have that happen in the ambulance match, and then you have in the Universal Championship match, you have Joe dominate Lesnar. You don't hear that word dominate, you know. Go around. I'm talking somebody dominating Lesnar. You don't hear somebody dominating Lesnar in a match, you know, too often. You know, usually it's the other way around. I mean, it was no squash match. It was no Lesnar dominant match. You know, it wasn't even. It was Samoa Joe. He took the fight to Lesnar. I mean, they made him look like a badass all the whole time, and he delivered last night. He delivered last night, man. He delivered. That was that was a hell of a performance. I didn't like the finish. I really thought they should have just put the title on him. If you're gonna make him look that damn strong against Lesnar, you might as well let him choke him out. You know, but you know, he's paying Lesnar all that money. Yeah, but I don't know what's going on here. Is it gonna be another Strowman Roman match? There's been 3 of them. This was supposed to be the end. I mean, could it be a triple threat? Could it be a fatal 4-way? You know, at SummerSlam, you never know. They said the idea of Lesnar and Strowman was still on the table, and then you know Strowman won the match. Strowman won the match last night. Strowman won the match, so you know, I mean, depending on what his condition is or whatever the storyline says his condition is after what happened last night, you know. What's that going to do? And then what happens with Lesnar and Joe? Was that just a one-time deal? I hope not. I hope it wasn't a one-time deal. I would love to see a fatal 4-way between them 4 at SummerSlam. I mean, dude, or a fatal 5-way with Finn Balor. Hell, they might even go 6-man. You never know. I mean, you never know. Oh shoot. I'm looking at the Nadal Mueller marathon, and the Mueller beat down Nadal. But anyway, I mean, tonight on Raw, it's gonna answer a lot of questions, man. It's gonna answer a lot of questions. It's gonna be. It should be interesting, to say the least. Yeah, but thank you guys for watching, man. I appreciate y'all, and wish y'all nothing but positive vibes only. I'm gonna see y'all in the next video.